What's up guys, Scrapman Sui here and welcome back to the How to Beat series. Today we're gonna talk about Jin's alter ego, Devil Jin. Devil Jin is quite different in this game from what he's been in prior games. So Legacy Devil Jin has always been super all-around, has a very strong poking, very strong 50-50. In this game, he doubles down more on chaotic identity. Chaos, crazy, super high damage output, super risky. I personally prefer this, as Jin and Devil Jin are diametrically opposed in this game, not only in how they look, but how they play. They have more identity, both of them. Huge thumbs up from me, at least. So in this game, what you're looking out for is a devastating 50-50. In my opinion, not as strong as Kazuya's, because Devil Jin's mid options are quite inferior to, let's see, set him to block, quite inferior to Kazuya's options. I'm even gonna use the word very inferior, very inferior. Most of the time he'll use While Standing 2 as the mid option, which is -12 on block. But he will get a lot of damage if he gets it right. And then, of course, he mixes you with a Hell Sweep that is just like Kazuya's. Any Hell Sweep, you know, -23 on block. You can step it to the left. But if he does tag you, he gets a combo like this. So he'll do this, like around 50 damage. It's 51 damage. Note though that he has your ass towards him, right? So your back turned, so he can't convert this into a wall combo. Technically, he can do it, but it's unbelievably rare because he needs, due to the back-turned wall splat being so trash, he needs a very, very specific distance to the wall for it to connect. So in reality, it doesn't quite exist, but in theory, it does. So, of course, in heat, it's a bit different. Now he can use all of his heat bar to now actually get a wall combo. But most Devil Jins won't even use that Hell Sweep because it uses up so much heat. They'd rather just stay in heat, because it enhances other important attacks. But so this guy is basically 50-50. Or we're going to throw Shackle at you in the neutral. We're gonna talk about this stuff, but what you truly have to look for is Samsara and Back Free. These are very evasive buttons. Samsara is basically the EXDP. He does up 4, and this will beat highs, it will beat lows. There are actually a lot of mids that this will evade. It will typically, I believe, beat Brian's down 3-2 mid check. So this is something you never really want to press into. You have to sort of try and bait it out or wait for the Devil Jin to use it. If you're in Tekken King ranks, you don't have to wait a lot. They will throw this at round start. They will throw this mid round. They will throw it end round. They don't give a shit. They are crazy. So Samsara is a full launch, right? So if he hits you with this, it will be a lot of damage. Like, Devil Jin hits very, very hard. He also has a spike wall combo, which does a fuck ton of damage. So anytime this guy gets it right on you, it really, really hurts. But the trade-off is that he is unbelievably unsafe, which is why he's not seen in competitive play. Unbelievably unsafe. And we're gonna get into all of it. But so again, Samsara... I'm gonna set him now to do Samsara. And I'm going to set him to do Back Free. Back Free is also... This is an evasive heat engager, but it's also launch punishable. But again, it is a heat engager. And if he is in heat, it's now +5 on block, right? If he dashes out of it. Which is pretty good for a backswing blow of this potency. That's not bad. Not bad at all. So let's just set him to do both of these. This is step 1 in beating this character, is be very patient, wait for him to do these, and launch him. With Brian, I can do forward 4-1 to beat both of these options, because my forward 4-1 is 18 frame startup, and these are both -18 or more. More conventional would be to jet upper this. Jet upper, jet upper. I can dash in into a jet upper, and that's it, right? And then I do my Brian stuff. This is just 101. This is the first step to beating this character. It should require no thinking. It should be muscle memory. It should be hard pounded, drilled into your brainstem. If you see either of these moves, he should be launch punished when you block them. And you are going to play patient, because if you are a Tekken King against the Devil Jin, pretty much every round you will see something like this. Now, if you're playing against a pro Devil Jin, a high level one, he will do the correct way. He will use conventional Tekken defense when you pressure him. Can I duck that? Can I step there? He'll play like a Kazuya player. Like, okay, punish here, blah, blah, blah. So you forget about Samsara. And then 3 rounds into the match, suddenly that conventional Tekken defense turns into, Samsara! And he steals your turn. Just like a rage art. Like good players, in the hands of good players, these tools are very strong. But if you have a patience and can bait them out, he's always risking his entire health bar. And if you are a Tekken King, if you're an intermediate player, you will see these all the time. So please punish them. And then in terms of his 50-50, now we're looking at something very interesting. Against Kazuya, of course, you know this. Hopefully you know this. You step left. You've seen my video on how to beat Kazuya. You step left to beat his conventional 50-50. We step left to beat the Hell Sweep. We step left to beat the Hell Sweep. Note that Devil Jin's Hell Sweep has less range than Kazuya's. Did you see that? Look how short his leg is. Do you see that? Kazuya's Hell Sweep would hit there. So that's also a weakness of a character. Short legs. But again, we step right. But here's something interesting about this guy's 50-50. That while standing 2 tracks left. So this is a problem we have, right? So the way people typically, the way pros have always used to beat this mix-up is step right duck. This will beat both options with good timing, right? Will he ever do a wall standing 2, or what is he doing? So step right duck is that's the legacy counterplay to Devil Jin, and with good timing, that should also obviously duck under the electric, and also importantly duck under shackle. Shackle is and honestly that step beats pretty much all of his legacy stuff as well. Mishima stuff like Demon Paw, Upward 4. It just all loses to step right. So step right duck is extremely important in this matchup. Devil Jin will really struggle with that. A pro Devil Jin will start using down for 2 now, which tracks his weak side. It's a good button in general. But, you know, step right duck is your friend. Will also obviously deal with shackle. Shackle is a good Devil Jin in the neutral. Will use electric, obviously, and will use shackle. Maybe you'll see forward 4. Also loses to stepping. Very linear. But shackle is an interesting button. It's one of his best moves. It goes like full screen, pretty much full screen, and is pseudo homing. Oh, that's not what I wanted to record. There we go. We have him jump back. It's very hard to step this move. Oh, sorry. So again, you're more likely to step it to the right, which is his weak side, but most of the time you don't even want to try it. Because it's so weird in its tracking. But again, I told you, step right duck. And when you duck this, he is super minus. He's that was a punish. A lot of people, they underestimate how punishable this is. Like, they'll duck it at this range and go, oh, I can't punish. Oh, I can't punish. You can always punish this. All characters have a long-range option to beat him here. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if I can run in and jet upper. Yeah. He's very unsafe. So it's a very risky button for Devil Jin to try. And then other important buttons are down for the 1-2. Devil Jin players don't have this ducked a lot, so they just mash it out. This is unnatural. That wall splats at the wall, which is pretty scary considering his damage. This is typically where you'll see them spam this. It will be at the wall. But just know that it is launch punishable, right? He can mix it with down for the 1-4. Mid, delayable. This is minus 13 on block. So again, you want to punish this, right? So again, the character is unsafe. And his poking in general is bad because while he has these follow-ups, and they are quite strong, down for the 1 on its own has a very, very poor hitbox. You see, that whiffed. And it is minus 6 on block. It's one of the worst. It's probably the worst down for the 1 in the game. Unless we look at someone very specific like Fuckum Ram. But he has, yeah, no. It's just a very bad button. Another classic is Laser Cannon. Well, this is as legacy as it gets. This is a very powerful move because the 2 initial hits here have a lot of tracking. They have a lot of tracking. So if he does this alone, it's minus 10 on block. Oh, sorry. But if you block this... Oh, wait. Even with no delay, just step right and kill him. So again, like, step right is your friend. Note that in this game, you can actually step this towards the left as well. I believe it's the first Tekken game that allows that. Historically, it's always been step right. But I'm saying step towards the right just to not confuse your head. Just always step towards the right. Step right. Devil Jin has a perfect throw game. It's very powerful. So 2 break. Inferno, 1+2 break. 1+2 break, and then a 1 break in complicated wire. But honestly, you don't even have to try and get good throw breaks against this character because you'll be doing step right duck, and that beats throws as well. Throws lose to stepping, throws lose to ducking. But of course, having good throw breaks helps, right? It helps. And let's just say Shackle. If Shackle hits you, he gets this guaranteed. Yeesh. But however, if you block Shackle... sorry. Set him to guard. No, sorry. No. Can I set him to block? No. I'm so confused. Block. There we go. If Shackle connects on your guard, there's a bit of a mix-up, where if he does 2-2, and I try to hit him, right? I get bodied. If I block 2-2, he's minus 13. Oh, sorry, minus 14. So I can do a big punish, right? But if he does this option to stay safe and get +8 on my block, we can actually float him. So Shackle on block, it's quite a risky proposition for Devil Jin. He can also do this. That's unblockable, right? But again, that's duckable as it's a high, so it's insanely risky for Devil Jin. Insanely risky. And then if he doesn't want to use his Hell Sweep to take a big risk, most Devil Jins will use down back 2, which is quite evasive, decent damage, +3. Will knock down on counter hit. Oh, sorry. Oh, can we do this? No. Okay, we need to record again. On counter hit, he gets a free steel pedal. So it is quite good this low. 21 frame, but again, it's minus 13 on block, so you get a pretty big punish. Especially, you know, at the wall. Super risky to use. Super risky. Other options he has, like his mids are terrible. Like you step. CD1 +2 is a pretty powerful mid in that it knocks down a normal hit into free follow-up. In heat, it's full-on launch, right? He consumes all of his heat by now, it's a launcher. But the move is really bad because it is so slow. Like if you thought Patricide Fist was slow, this is 26 frames. I can most of the time react to this move. It's just so slow. So it's very committal for Devil Jin as well, in that, you know, that's 26 frames where if the opponent tries to take their turn and check you, you can get blown up. But just know the option is there, and it is homing. So that one you're not stepping. And note that when Devil Jin does land a heat engager on you, he goes into crouch. Right? He can go into crouch ever since Season 2. And now you're dealing with an instant while standing 2. Or of course, he'll pop a Hell Sweep. So there is the opportunity for 50-50 there. But you know, if you ever block a while standing 2, take your 12 frame punish. So for Brian, that's gonna mean 4-1. Do take your punish. And then Fort 4, -6 on block. Countered launcher for big damage. Big damage. But is a completely linear button. Etc. I think we should cover that he has a mix-up as well. On laser cannon, so that's back 4-2-1, he can do back 4-2-3. This is -5 on block. It is very strong at the wall. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna show you his damage output. Okay. This is typically very easy, but I'm recording for YouTube, so nothing works. So that's like 85 damage. Again, mid-high. So can duck this. So again, he's always gambling his health bar. I'm wondering if there's anything else I truly need to show you on this character. Down for 2, -9 on block. On counter hit, or on normal hit, you can fly out of it, right? Into Morning Crow to mix you. On counter hit, it gives a free Morning Crow 2-2 heat. His heat is very nerfed. Like, this used to launch. Now it gives a slump hit. He can do an untechable throw. Morning Crow 1+2. This is nerf damage now. He used to be able to do it multiple times. He can only do it once now. To be honest, when he does fly into your Morning Crow like this, you are guessing. Because the throw is an untechable high, and 2-2 is a mid that is homing. And right now, I would say that he doesn't even want to dash out of it. He takes his free back 4. So there's many opportunities for free back 4 in heat. Like this, free back 4. technically, you can get out of that by doing a frame perfect roll like this on the ground. But it is frame perfect. You have 1 frame on you to time that roll, otherwise the back 4 will hit. So very rarely you'll see pros get out of this, but most people are just gonna get tagged. Oh, sorry, I need to do this. Heat. So Shackle, a normal hit, when he's in heat, this is guaranteed. And he needs no heat to use this. So it's significantly stronger. In normal state, he gets a heat engager, right? And then down for 2 counter hits. Guaranteed, right? This is pretty strong. And again, as long as he's in heat state, he gets that, and it doesn't use up heat energy. But I'm just saying that's why he's not gonna use all of his heat on this. It's just not worth it. Down 3, low poke, if he doesn't want to be -13. So against Kazuya, you know, he'll probably use this. But it's -1 on hit, does not build momentum. It has no evasion either, so it's a risky button for Devil Jin. Wait, for it again. To be honest, I mean, that's Devil Jin. That's how you play against Devil Jin. I don't think I need to show any other buttons. Maybe can finish off by showing this one. This is the charge up that gives a free flash punch. This move used to be broken, but it lost all of its tracking. If you see him charge up, you can at any point to start stepping. Doesn't matter at what point he is in the animation. Note that he can do a half charge. And now it has chip damage, and it's +5 on block. So that's pretty good at the wall. Oh, that tracks a bit towards the left. I didn't even know. But again, step right. Like, always step right against Devil Jin. So, yeah, that's Devil Jin. And again, at the hands of a great player, can still be very stressful to play against. He has a potent 50-50, a strong evasion. He has some, you know, tricks here and there, but you should be able to do well here. Again, a great player can always beat you, but Devil Jin is very fair. He has very high damage, but Jesus Christ, does he leave himself open for counterattack rebellion. So, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you have a great day. Take care.